Empa hene Kofi Mensa dwene papa na papa ni woni kan enemy dia dan husima ye ba nsem ni mu kyeremu eto aso
Midofo a minni ho agro. Na say die waduane ne da no aye soronko.
Anne omura. Ohiri spices abefi. Aduane de aye soronko. Ohiri chicken seasoning. So tutu. Uchi ana wo ye akokɔ no ho bibia. Fakakra som.
Froye no.
Ohiri stew seasoning ba mama jeta.
Jollof no.
Ohiri jollof seasoning ma hwam no odew.
Fried rice no kra die.
Ohiri fried rice seasoning. Emma me free Friday. Aponchen kakra no. Me do ohiri go seasoning na ye. Asam na se ni ra. Ohiri seasoning powder. Ya woni beef, shrimp, noodles, any de keke ka ho. Ani so ye de aduane me hwam na me de no. Ubedie de bio. Enti obapa. Ohiri spices abama ye. Aduane no aye de efise. Ni die ne nso. Aye de.
Ohiri spices. Deni.
And we go with Dromo at a phone for 020-780-5398 and 0244-525908. FDA Aji Edudian Kratui Atum.
abusuafo ba empo esi wo chese ndisi aban eba ye no won fa taku sempo aka preba enka enei eya aban krachi ni aban ru abamo wo mo ensu sika e wose yetwade ma wo mo ewadwuma mo eyede somo man no ho na wo chese obi biara krompo anasa aban biara obeba na oban na age so ono akasa bebo ni siremu ana obebo ni trim na wato eye MMDC for aketua mu no onsisa woni pa kro no anasa aban kro na so betima ye hye papa esa se gane wa amamra ye hweso enso ede ya ketua ho entotoye ede masa MMDC for no wo chese ne article 71 ni se wo mo ka ho eto mu se hwe se ya eda wodoma ene 2011 ena ye te abedwaku ema mo asi ho egiraye na giraye mu si ye no omo chese obibi afen se award .55 na eno no eboa ma afibia na yato eye MMDC for no omaketua mu waji
Aba we buy no na wo say ye bi odi 10% ma ni DC for no ye bi odi 10% ma no when twa 10% na until time local government minister honorable Dambo Joso ni local government and no raise concern and no approve 10% enti bra mo be kono na wo so mo calculate tua o maka tua arrears ene esgasia e de ma mo enti o mo calculate ni nyina na DC bia no na nkara ka tua na kosi 32000 kakra bi ne ka ho enti no and om di tua arrears ene ade e de ma mo enti DC bia wo start bia no also started from that salary because na yes salary our beto 32000
na just no we be bana no fi hana say oh wow de nim 32000 out ya baba woni bi wo de enka ho enti eni a wuti ye eye osoafo a wono na ehwe enuane ni kuaye ensem so ni monyamfo erikopoku en wabo ensem no emu enkyiremu no na ma ye nto akese abodo so na ye nko ya nim wonza fufuro mu enkra pumpuni mantamu enu a eni a chese mya ya wudebu onu ma esoso okoko ni tuntum ena afin nsem awdo egu nkrata so atese ene wonom ede kyerɛkyerɛ na wei ɛyɛ ade hye no ma mo ekɔgye nim de ekɔgye ntete so mo so ɛba bɛboa sɛ de bɛyɛ ade kyerɛ dwuma no betimi apem so akɔnanim no atese 2023 to ɛna mo kɔgye nim de no awieye wo matena fia ban bɛfo madwuma ye be mo madwuma ye fa sege no ma wusa da bi sɛ de ade ne kɔ no ekɔbɔne wa mo anka so mo kyiri wo ebeyi wo mo ayibɔne etiano a wo mo atomu gumonten so a wo mo ye oyɛ kyekye nkyerɛnkyerɛ ɛto aso akɔpie mu kora wɔ asoɛ ɔmo na hwɛ enwuma so adwumadie na ɛtotoyɛ ɛsoɔ na ɛnumɔ no ɛna ɔmo ɛsra aban sɛ sisi adeɛ deɛ ade na aduru no aduru bunu mu wɔn atena fie bɛɛ sɛ mfihyia pɔlepɔle bienu de kɔ ne mmiɛnsa ɛsoɔ abanfo ɔmo adwuma ɛkɔm nso so ɛwɛmfo yi ɛɛku wɔn ɛkyɛ sɛ asekyerɛma yɛ den paa yɛ gasee ɛde ama wɔn to ɔmo sra aban sɛ wɔnhwɛ na wɔmma ntotoɛ nkɔ anim sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a financial clearance no ɔmo nso sɛ bɛtumi aka bienu mafiri ase ayɛ adwuma ɛnyɛ sika de abɔ ɔmo nso so ɛho ɛbra.
Now, I'm coming from a construction field. We are doing this. If you see the top building that we have been climbing, then if you fall right now, you die. Some have even lost their leg, their hand because of those jobs. And because we don't want to do that, that's why we were trained as teachers to teach. So we can't be home and be suffering whilst we spent over 5 years training ourselves to become good teachers so that we will help the future of Ghana. And now we are here to tell the government to post us now because we have stayed home for too long. We can't still be at home. We can't wait for even a month. Some people are even dying. Some are doing illegal jobs. You can see how Roberts employing our colleagues. Go and steal and I'll give you money. And they will do it because they are hungry. Some are on Galamsey side. The same Galamsey we are preaching against. We are educating people against. Our people are there. They are there. You go there right now, you see a lot of trade teachers there. Because they have not get jobs. We have passed our licensure exams. We have read whatever we want to do. Some are first class, second class upper and all those stuff. And we are still at home. So we want the government to come to our aid. We were trained to teach, not to be on the street hacking. Some of us are at the station hacking pure water and all those stuff. And you see these same people, the people we are supposed to teach are the people feeding us.
Wei aye Ghana adehyɛ bi no mu ɔmakɔgye nimdeɛ ɛne nteteɛ ɛwɔ adekyerɛ adwuma mu na ɔmo ɛsra aban sɛ abanfo ɔmo adwuma na wɔ ɛyɛ saa asɛm koro yi ɛnwɔ no ɔsoafoɔ na hyɛ nwuma sua adwumadeɛ ntotoɛ ɛsɔre nomonyamfo Haruna Idrisu adehyɛ mu bra bɔ ɔmo bɔ nyinaa ɔmo bɔ gu de sɛbi kafra kyerɛ tiri so ɛna ɔde ano yie ɛba ɛkyɛm sɛ akyerɛkyerɛfoɔ nkɔma akɔma nto ɔmo yam ɛsiane sɛ
investors taking long-term bets and through regional supply chains linking producers to markets. That is why the private sector must be at the very center of Africa's industrial and trade transformation.
Eni awuti ye wono eye opanyina bani grade mu nsem a wabe akwadiri wo mu na osanso eye University of Cape Coast wonom chancellor Sir Sam Jonah na watene kano pay ne yento akase bonu so ne yenhwe eye mansini emamuo empuntu nsenkaye esoi osofo no na ye Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs eye onimonyamfo eye Ahmed Ibrahim na wono so amane bone ne hawa odinam nyina ne se Ghana yamia ni kroni efin ade baako a edi o manya pa eden yarewa hodo ede ebe no esanso enum yesika enya asem ketwa woso hwe sika ene afibia no yetabiri si ede eko ede etia efin a na chese no esom America dollar no eye 500 million na chese nya sika ketwa busuafo na wosi we no eye ade baako a amanne no wo man no eni subiri eye akanyen entase ya boyen sanse adwene wa yente asese sika betimi de ayemputu nyuma hofuro bi a eka no so betimi aboa ma mai etimi akora nimpa na no an wode adesede eto Ghana fo nyina nim si ahwe ne yem watituru efia woto bi wo Ghana adoma wo bebo adura mu sebi kafra agana bia akora wodum enibi eje koba ne sa akwabra ne efa ne yem anadwope o hwa obi ama aboa ba bi ogira na no wajaguo no na ekro no afia de bechi no na wo se aban no boka ne yede sika ne yede ekọ edi wodum eni enti wo besere pa se saa de na ekoso no eyade a emwa omayi.
A set of public works investment goes into water supply, leaving sanitation chronically underfunded. This imbalance has created a situation where water coverage improves while sanitation stagnates. And therefore, if you have about 91% of
100.1 FM,
91% or 90% of electricity assets, and we have less than 30% of or 39% of sanitation assets, it is a question that all of us must answer. The third critical problem is urbanization, outspacing infrastructure. Our urban population is rapidly growing at 3.3% annually, one of the highest in Africa, and has overtaken the pace of urban sanitation infrastructure development.
Abusuafo opanyina atini nkai wono eyo soafo a ohwe eye mansini amamuo ene afi no esom ne nananomo enso amamre ne amane ensam nyina no edana bamu Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs unimunyamfo Ahmed Ibrahim na watene ni ma yento akese bono esoi na abanmre ne muni a osanso ehwe atentene ensam so mekire Attorney General and Minister for Justice Dr. Dominic Ayene na wono so edene hawo ede enam na okiremu se na se wobehwa yeso yachi obi edina kwakogina eye amamrana no anaso yoku wakwakwachi obi na wobeti yeso sika dia tunti so eso nko famra san yetimi agya no no eno eye bail conditions no yeso ewo nanim dodo esudodo na ada ibone be nkwa no waye ni eye hu dede ye twu mumume ye hu wosiese saa de na ekoso ne nhwe ne yenyai esanse enya boapa yese obi a ye bechi obi ne yese yense da emfa sika bi entunti so de be ya na se emfa nwoma bi ajapade bi entono so se de be wonya mfa mane emfa ne kwoto abai kukumu da bi na eso so no empempi ne se wahwa enkofo bebre na no edi semone na tituru eban kitaje dwubde kankan ne peye woni eche wo mo a ye do masem ne ko aya asandi bia na koba se edisika to omtiri so sika no ewo fom a afi bedu be hwe nipa na hu no na cheso oyafa no wadi etenesi ya chu ne edisika mu oturu anase ajapade mu oturu de to so na se wudwane de a ene ye se no sa no eye wala onipa cross ajapade akwakofa yakoton na ne oman no ye de akwakohye nam anamu na timi enso aboatuwe no eye nse ondo ogidie se eyadepa eno ebetumi enso aboa wode semwe atuja wa bere kopie mu amrase bedwam na amrase bedwafo ebusa no tientia nei no ekobase ya chiwo bia na eye sika na se ajapade ananioma betumi aboa manipa na nfa hudie no ye de toswa na gwanimu pa na se mu ye duro sa no eno nso de anu yewe emae.
The Economic and Organized Crime Office and other law enforcement agencies under my ministry are not acting arbitrarily. Bail depends on the crime, the gravity of the crime. And so what we are seeing now is that the sums involved in the criminal investigations are very huge. And because they are very huge, if you set very low bail conditions in terms of the sums, the likelihood is that when the person, the suspect escapes or is unavailable to stand trial. Whatever you are able to extort in justification will not be able to offset the sum that is involved, the criminal liability that is involved. So, for instance, if you have a situation where the suspect is accused of, let's say, causing financial loss to the state in the sum of 1 billion Ghana cedis, or stealing in the sum of 31.1 million Ghana cedis, you cannot set bail terms that are, unjustifiably low. So it is the magnitude of the offenses we are dealing with that dictates that we set bail sums that reasonably justify the crimes that have been committed. Mr. Speaker, there is nothing unjust or unfair with respect to what is happening. I am standing on firm ground in saying this because the sums of money and the criminal enterprise that are the subject matter of the bail conditions that are being imposed have never before been seen in this our country. And that is the reason why it is important that we take stringent steps to continue to do what we are doing.
Any out here, one of Abamani Muni Pangini or Sansusha and some sure Dr. Domlicayene and out in Nino. Na afi ma yentwa kasiebon esway ekoi ofrom Star Ghana Foundation opanyin kwanchefo otua no eye Alhaji Ibrahim Tanku na okyerese ene Ghana hanom no obemu a utimu se emabunu eba ne se gira ye oman ne nkanko oman ne nkyekireye ye kyekira amamra bia na ye ne mabunu bedi nkomo no da bi o ye ne omo eni nkomo yeso ye nyina anim se agya sabi nkokorafo ne mrewafo sabi omoto se komra ntediem wo mo na dati bia no omuni wo no ma Ghana womo ba befa no maye oman no enso eyie nti ekobasi yesi gina bi ne ye kyekire oman no na yentimi ene omo enya nkitawudi a wo kyese ya awrehusem papa wo so hwe amanamaya hodo akokọ nanim ene ade na ade da nyina mo hwe so omade ye nyina mu no omo mamabu no enso atimi adimu akotene eto no de obesere pa se free sabre ko no Ghana ha hye bia ye bia no ye hwe se mabunu ye ne omo enso betimi asinkunya bejo omadwe nkyere ne omo animdie na yetimi enso de aye oman no ama no atimi enso ayefeye pa na no ane wasan so esra ban no se won hwe na ankrankuraku ahodo civil society organizations ahodo wo mo nhyɛ ahodo mo de eba dodo na no eye de eboa mabunu enti aban no hwe no wo mo na wo dwuma so enkonanim.
To look at the fact that, as with the experiences in other countries, when young people are disempowered, the country is destabilized. And so I think there's a lot that needs to be done, both in terms of the laws that would make participation more accessible, but also I think in terms of how our governance structures are modeled, and then the important issue of economic empowerment, that without economic empowerment, the participation of young people in governance would be quite limited. We do know that there are developments in the external context that affect civil society, particularly the cutback in funding from traditional donor organizations. So we think that internally, what we need to do is to look at how we can mobilize resources internally to support the work of civil society, because that's quite important in holding government accountable, in linking governance to the voices of community members, but also in ensuring that we bring in some technical expertise that sits in civil society.
Enia uti ye wano ana oye Star Ghana Foundation opanyin kwankyerefo owura Alhaji Ibrahim Tanku ana watene ne no na eye nsam ya wokan anam so ama Star Ghana for mo kyese omri dwumadie bi enso ede aba we ye emfie enum ani so ade hunu enti we eye 5-year governance strategic plan ana wonom de ato wodmo na eye governing council chair ede Star Ghana Foundation eye Hamadia Ismaila wono enso so echirum se ani so ade hunu ba beboa na eno ama eye mabunu ne Ghana de shimama so no dwumadie bi aban edi no mo so atimi adwemu agimu na abua.
We want to see citizens being active in public discourse. So the idea or the main themes for outcomes that we expect from this strategic plan is to get a stronger civil society and well-engaged citizens. We want to ensure that we are able to be resilient around environmental resilience, and also making sure that public services are enhanced and no one is left behind.
Abusuafo ope eni etwagu yei ono ene governing council chair edema Star Ghana Foundation Hamadia Ismaila and I would say no na mayenyina no so ne mfa eye omaimu ensem no ensi ne kwa mafoforo so ne enko wie ekasebo no enso so ewo hodom emfa emma way na me de ebo adwam ewo eye United States of America won mo twetwerefo panyini ana se eye US Secretary of State eye Marco Rubio na Rubio Marco Rubio ana wakasei na opanyini echiremu ese obesre se enei amanamai ahodo a omo ekabia eyeye womu nyina emfa omo no entum na akode agodo a enei enkrofo ede ekọ eye Sudan man no emu no ekiye hwe ne yefata bono to so anase yembra kora na de ti a wakasa ne nyina ne se enebowram ewo eye Sudan man on ma wose nya asem keto ene basabasaye ekoso pa ewo hodom a enye asem keto enso ekora na eno ana chese wo kyeremu se sa basabasaye man home so na enipa fm ehwere omo enkwa ne adiade no eto betimi atwa awudie ba ko betimi akoso entempa so eye waberetuo edi akotre anasa akodie edi akotre ewo sa basabasaye no emu eto gidie pa se enye se ye topayo se ye etusini o se ye dio atubaba o yembra ni nyina miama bi enko Sudan hodom enso so ebiem de omo ewo hodom na omo de ya na se esa wo moa beja ntokwa na eko na ya anya ne saade a na chese ogiri se betimi enso akwa ha adwene pa wode sansimu atudwa ewo G17 foreign ministers meeting jumadi no ekọ so na ochesi we Canada ena omukosi enkunya akọtoato adwene na enumu no ena owura Rubio ekyeremu se se wo hwe enei enyoma ahodo a ekọ so amanamai ahodo mu a wo se empanyfo twa omadwen esi so kan ho asem pa eye sabi awudie ene sabio eye emunato a friends say rape no ena afi so no awade mu atete ne atepoi wo se ne nyina no eye hawa ahodo a ene ekọ so ewa amanamai ahodo bi so a ewo se empanyfo twa omadwen esi so na omutimi eka ho asem na ye bra ni nyina ase sansese ya nya ne sa dachi mi ne se kra ba kokora ahwera na chese eyade no enso entwaye na ono de na de sede ne de hia ne pa no eye ne Sudan entokwa ahodo ekọ enso ewo omani mu no chese obesere se adwebre o omonto omo ase omu nyina nipa baako na omompre eye omoman no enso enkan konenti ase enye adwuma ye gire no so ede Anopa Bosuo aka nkasebo no edisi anmo na afi dwumadi awodo aka so aba betro som no so ede ama ye de asera pese kodi ama ohene yere spices and non dairy powdered milk yenuane nuru anopai se koko ana tea no ana se tombra bi en wanya na wo bo a no wo bomode se milk no wo ma bi atimi akomu na aboa nipadua no kama sa so na wiane anwumre aduane no se ye mo a ye de de abomu ana se stew na dibedie bomode se spices ni bi ewo mu sa so na nam a de to so no spices ni bi akon kama se fufu ana bankun so a ede ya wanya eya abenkwan a obenya abunabunu nkwan bi so awu nkwan bi a woye bia no obomode ama spice ni bi so timi akomu na enam no so ama bi akon ho kama na aboa ni pedua na ma na timi anyini from kama na de asede de akire enso be kodi ama eda eye Kofi Kwache de Supremo Anopa na da Roma ena ejawo miemia eye fide no fruma so ede ema me afi ohene ba nyakon ene eye adwo ahenkura woni mu nyira ka ho ebo ye chidom ne yebesom ene Anopa yi eda bra fi so da Roma ana ode atum live ewo Abefontain Towns Facebook and YouTube yede na asiamu adwempa yene Kofi mensa adwene papa na papa ni woni mu kan ni metin kasebo na si maumo nitie
Kofi
fado fada
sebia boko
ichede foja ko fada ro bala so
me hoye
ye de jana se
o ka twi bi atete ne atepoi na eden kasa
o se
eden kasa
o se
twi kasa na tema wa kwan
ni etem ami amaye
okay den ye twi kasa na me kasa bi wo ka atete ne atepoi minim